Okay, Ninjutso Katana first impressions. There's a lot of pre-travel on mouse 5. The actual click doesn't feel too bad, but yeah, there's a decent bit on mouse 4. Not as quite as much though. Main clicks are nice, crisp. Don't have the sense of hollowness that my Origin 1X's did. Yeah, those are quite nice actually. Mouse feels like it doesn't sound hollow, which is really good, but you can sort of feel the hollowness, I guess. I don't know, sort of a low density plastic. Which, you know, for their weight goals, makes sense. Scroll wheel, yeah, they basically reused the Origin 1X scroll, which is good. In my opinion, it's nicely tactile, but smooth through fast scrolling. And the scroll click is nice, kind of slightly under medium weight to depress, but you don't press it on accident while scrolling. And yeah, I mean, I could see maybe scrolling on accident while trying to scroll click if you don't have the correct finger position on it, so it's not quite as forgiving, I suppose. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, skates are a little bit on the thin side, which is not inherently horrible. I mean, it's like better than Zowie, but they don't feel very rounded on these inside edges. Sensor ring's really good though. Interesting. So probably needs core pads, which means you're looking at, you know, $80 plus for a wired mouse once you account for shipping and aftermarket skates. You're talking similar money to something from Vaxi, and then a little bit less than a Vaxi mouse with a paracord. But as you can see, cable's not horrible, but I wouldn't quite say it's even as good as the C-Series Zowie cables. It's a bit stiffer than that. Not as stiff as a Vaxi cable, but yeah, kind of between a Vaxi cable and a C-Series Zowie cable. Once I unkink it and get it in a bungee, it'll probably be pretty nice. And oh yeah, check that out. There is a decent upward angle on the stress relief. Cool. Okay, so ideas in terms of areas of improvement for the mouse. Is there any backlash on the switches? No backlash. Yeah, main clicks are honestly, I mean, I may swap them because I don't like the GM8s that much, but these are really good main clicks now. Much better than stock Origin 1X to me. Scroll click could do something about. Encoder, I'd probably leave alone. Definitely need to do something about these side buttons. And maybe we can do a little bit of something to, I don't know, insulate this shell a little bit more so it doesn't sound quite so hollow. The texture on the coating is actually interesting, especially on the rear shell here. It actually does kind of remind me of the coating on the IntelliMouse Optical. So they didn't just like copy the shape, they tried to get sort of the coating, the rougher, slightly textured coating, which is really good. It's very, very grippy without relying on what feels like any sort of a gimmick. Like this doesn't feel like it would start to get slippy if it warms up. It's not sensitive to temperature or something, or like humidity or sweat from your hands. So really good coating, actually. Really good coating. DPI and report rate adjustment on the bottom, really basic. Maybe there's an option for latency. We'll see. Probably not. Ninjutso hasn't demonstrated any click latency adjustment technology before this mouse, so I'd be surprised if, because they weren't bragging about it, if they just threw it in there without telling anyone. Oh yeah, cool. So decent overview. Shape is good. It is, yeah, fairly true to the IMO. The shape, the sides do flare out towards the bottom. They don't quite do You can see like there's a little bit of concavity, but they don't actually wrap around and in towards the bottom. So it's pretty much relying on the texture of the coating to let you pick, and the low weight to let you handle and pick up the mouse easily. Yeah, I could see one of these with a paracord being really good. You would definitely want as little cable drag as possible because of how ridiculously light the mouse is. If this was a Zowie 80 plus gram, you wouldn't notice this as much, but because it's apparently below 60 grams, then it is actually very significant cable drag. Okay, cool. I'll stop the video there. If you have any questions, please let me know.